Now, I can't believe I'm saying this, but Ubisoft actually came out with a good product. Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced is pretty damn good. The biggest praise I can give this game is the fact that I want to play more. I found myself so many times over the last 2 or 3 days where I've played this game saying, let me do this one more side mission. Let me do this side activity. Let me hunt an animal really quick. Let me do this. Let me do that. And before I know it, it's been 2-3 hours and I just can't stop playing this game. It respects your time. And a lot of it comes from the fact that this game has released originally, obviously back in 2014, where gaming was in a better place as far as respecting your time. I cannot stress that enough. The biggest reason why this game is amazing, feels amazing to play right now, it just respects your time so much more than the recent Assassin's Creed titles like, let's say, Valhalla. You have just so many hours of unnecessary grind in that game that I think it's kind of unplayable, but that was still tolerable for me. Where I broke off was Assassin's Creed Shadows, because if this resynced, this new remake is respecting your time, Shadows was the antithesis of that, meaning it really did not respect your time at all. I really love traveling between missions in Resynced because you have so many unique parkour routes. It's just really fun traveling, parkouring. It's amazing. But for example, Shadows, every single time when I finished a mission in Shadows and I needed to go to another mission, I wanted to cry, man. I tried to play that game, finish that game so many times, at least 3-4 times, and I've dropped it each and every single time. The grind, the disrespect to you as a player, the shitty mission design, shitty everything, I'll be honest, is bad. Sure, the parkour system by itself was good, which is why it works really, really well in Resynced, but there's one thing that's missing, which I've been alluding to, obviously. The map, man. The map is just so much better in Resynced. Every single island you go to it feels unique, it feels distinct, it feels interesting to explore. And the settlements, especially the big ones like Havana, they have so many interconnected rooftops, so many ways you can parkour, that I find myself saying, like, let me just parkour around. Let me not even go to the mission yet. In Shadows, in honestly, even in Odyssey, which I like a lot, where you could also climb basically everything. At the very least, that was cool. In Shadows, you can't even do that. Regardless, in the recent RPG games, I kind of started not liking parkour. Like, if I could just run on horseback straight to my objective, or just run in general instead of parkouring, that's what I started to do, because parkouring was just boring and it slowed you down. You already had to spend so much time getting from point A and to point B, so much time that it felt ridiculous and kind of annoying. Parkour almost got in the way in an Assassin's Creed game. This is how parkour is supposed to be, not like the ones we see in the RPG Assassin's Creed games. Again, there are aspects of those games that I really like, but man, they absolutely had butchered the parkour, and the biggest reason why was the map. It really does make a huge difference. Another reason why I really like going around and exploring in this game is that when you fast travel, it's now 10 seconds or something like that. The load screens are so much faster. I remember, again, dreading having to fast travel in Odyssey because it wasn't fast at all. And when you fast travel to a point, you would have to jump down and run. Like, that took a long time. If you wanted to get your ship, you wanted to jump down after fast traveling and waiting for a good while, go to your ship, wait for the animation to finish as you press triangle for your ship to spawn in. Oh my God. Here, you travel to a city, your ship comes with you to the dock. So easy, incredible. You travel to your ship, you're immediately on the helm, so you can press X and go wherever you need to go. Incredible, bro. I really don't need to grind. I really don't care about your shitty microtransactions, Ubisoft. I really don't. Like, forget the right thing, forget everything else for a moment. This fact alone, the fact that it respects your time pretty much all the time, makes this game incredible to play. I would much rather replay this game time and time again because it's short, rather than hating my life while playing it because Ubisoft wanted to have this game be like 200-hour epic adventure. This is great. I really like it. The settlements, the islands are compact, and you don't have too many checklist items, and all of them give you something interesting. Some of them even give you costumes and stuff like that. They're great. So it feels good to check those off your list. Hunting animals makes you It gives you the ability to upgrade your character in various ways, and I really like that as well. And as you're doing side activities and everything like that, contracts, for example, I think contracts are handled really, really well as well. Whether it's assassination or what do you call it, naval contracts. There you go. Those are like really simple, small little tidbits of characterization, fun, like enemy of the week, enemy of the day type stories there. And then you can have quick little side objectives that are not crazy to do, that actually feel fun to do. Which give you more money as well when you do them. Again, I found myself saying, let me do this one thing, let me do this one thing. And then it's been 5 hours. I love that. I've not had that in an Assassin's Creed game without feeling guilty, to be honest with you. I really like Odyssey, like I said, but the fact that I had to run so much almost made me feel like I was wasting my life, man. It feels, I don't want to feel that when I'm playing a game. And with this one, it's so good. It feels like I'm getting the cream of the crop, and it can even be better. And I hope in Assassin's Creed Hexe or the remakes that they're eventually gonna do for the first game or the second game with Ezio, maybe the whole trilogy, they push this more. Respect our time more, man. That's all you need to do. Honestly, it makes all the difference in the world. But let's speak about the money. Again, you can buy animal skins to upgrade your character. You can upgrade Havana mini buildings, which will give you advantages here and there. You can buy weapons, you can buy swords and costumes. So I always found myself pretty much spending all my money immediately upgrading my ship, for example. And then when I'm out of money, I do more missions, which are really, really fun. And then I got more money, and then I buy more stuff, and then I do more missions because I have no money. And it's so good. It's so good. It's done very, very right. And when it comes to side missions, they're interesting. They don't overstay their welcome. Main missions are a highlight because of the writing, the quality of it, because of everything being motion captured. They're just so good. And also, when you're in a main mission, it does feel like a main mission because you're in a unique setting, or at least there's unique level design, something different that you need to do, rather than when you're doing the stuff you're doing in exploration, which I feel like the RPG games don't really have that. They rarely have that. It just feels like when you're playing Odyssey, for example, you're doing the same activity that you're always doing in the open world, but now you got like a NPC with you and a couple of cutscenes here and there. So it feels like you're doing the same thing. Here, when you're doing a main mission, most of the time, it really doesn't feel like that. And it puts you in, again, interesting settings. I really like it. And also, another thing that the game really does super well is like it gives you a ship ability, and then it gives you the blow dart, and then gives you another pistol, and then gives you another move. And every now and then in the right time, meaning it's not too overwhelming where you forget what you have, like the new stuff that you're unlocking. It's also not too slow where you're starting to get bored. Maybe in the very beginning, I would say the original had this issue as well. And since this hasn't changed much when it comes to way the missions are ordered, I would say the start is a little slow. But other than that, like every single time you might start to wander off and get a little bored, the game throws you a new activity. It throws you a new bone for you to chew. And that feels also really, really nice. That also contributes to me saying, like, let me do one more thing. Let me do one more thing. It's perfect. Not really. Obviously, the Ubisoft store is not perfect at all. It shouldn't be in the game. It's anti-consumer. $80 of DLC. I don't like that either. Like the microtransaction BS Ubisoft is doing. No need to do that, bro. Come on. I know we had the Ubisoft store in the original game as well, I think. Yeah, it's not cool, man. It's not cool. I also don't like the fact that we don't have the multiplayer, but I wasn't huge on multiplayer myself, so I'm not going to beat myself too much over it, but it would have been cool. For me, however, Freedom Cry. I think it should have been in this remake, and I don't think there's any excuse for it not to be. And if they're going to bring it back now as separate DLC where we have to pay money, it just feels ridiculous. And it feels like, again, you're nickeling and diming us for no reason. But if you're going to bring it back, it better be more substantial than the original DLC because, I mean, don't get me wrong, it was nice, it was fun, but it was a short experience. So it could have easily been integrated into this main game as well. Other than that, another negative is like the weather. It's too dark where to a point where you cannot see anything when you're in a cave or when you're doing a naval battle and you're boarding on the ship. I can't literally see anything. I don't know if they play tested this or not, but that's ridiculous. It also rains too much. Now I get we're in the Caribbean, so obviously it needs to rain, but I feel like 99% of the time I'm playing this game, I'm dealing with rain, and I wish it would just tone down a little bit. I mean, yeah, everything else I really like. I also like the fact that I'm not a huge naval battle guy, I'll be honest. And in this game, it's really, really tough. Maneuvering your ship and trying to dodge and weave and duck at the right time. I've been cooked many times. So you know what? I said, let's switch the difficulty specifically for the naval battles to be more forgiving. I like the separate difficulty options that Ubisoft gives you. I think that's actually pretty good. Performance-wise, I've seen some performance issues when it comes to FPS, when it comes to cutscenes, for example, being locked in 30 FPS. I did not have any of those issues. I don't have any issues in general. Haven't had any. Some funny little glitches, visual glitches here and there, but nothing game breaking. So performance-wise, I'm completely satisfied with the game, and it looks incredible. The original obviously looked incredible, and this looks incredible as well. The only thing I regret is that I'm not really like everyone is too clean. Everyone feels like they took a bath a second ago when they're supposed to be pirates, when they're supposed to look dirty, gritty. That's not a thing. It is in the original. So I think the visual direction was stronger, way stronger in the original. I think that's lacking. I feel like they upped the fidelity of the game and then they just, all right, let's call it a day. I feel like, yeah, they could have definitely worked more on the visual direction. All that being said, I think I have close to 20 hours in this game, and it's been a blast, especially the more familiar I'm getting with the controls and I'm just really, really getting into it. It just keeps getting more and more entertaining. The new content, I think it's not insultingly bad. I think there are interesting stuff, but yeah, I would say the writing is weaker. I would definitely agree with the majority of people when it comes to that opinion. Like the new characters can be a little annoying. Like we just met, for example, the shipwright girl. Like, why are you talking to me this way? We just met. You haven't earned this yet. Type stuff. Like, there's just a couple of nitpicks I can get into there, but overall, the whole package, not much to complain. I even like the combat. The wall takedowns, you can do a dropkick in this game. Did you know? That's ridiculous, bro. It looks great. The physics of the combat, by the way, the last thing I mention is this, the physics. If you're a longtime AC fan, you'll know the physics are horrible. The ragdoll physics, especially in Assassin's Creed games, have always been horrible. This is the first time I'm seeing semi-decent ragdoll physics in Assassin's Creed, and I love it. It makes the combat 10 times more fun. And I hope, again, in the newer games, they push more in this direction. And even when it comes to the physics of the objects, just physics in general in this game, they really up the ante. I think it looks really good. As far as Assassin's Creed goes, this game has the best physics that I've ever seen in any Assassin's Creed. Any. Bar none. Like, I actually love kicking people off of ledges or off of towers and watching them fall now. Because before, in Odyssey and stuff like that, it was just so bad that I didn't give a crap. Now, though, they fall in a more interesting way. And it's fun to watch, like I said. Even just when I kill somebody and they fall over like uneven terrain or near a wall, I want to see how they're gonna fall. And I really love this type of stuff. I mean, like, for example, Rockstar, all of their games like Red Dead have really interesting ragdoll physics, and that really just enhances even just a simple combat sequence. I think it's really important. Like I said, that's something I really like as well. So overall, yes, there are some negatives, and I think there are some true criticisms that Ubisoft should take into heart and look upon improving for if they can update this game or for their next release. But man, the overall package, it's good. I totally recommend. I just love it. It's pretty good. I can't believe I'm saying this. Like, I have no doubt when I'm saying this about an Assassin's Creed game. It's been a long time, man. It's been a long time.